Well, welcome back, everybody. This is a special episode for Allie and myself. This is our 300th numbered episode. Now, we posted more than 300, but this is like official 300th episode.
Yep.
Hard to believe.
And it all started out with a 15-second, which is, I think that's our first video.
Yeah.
Is a 15-second video of Scott attempting to get our first boat out of the marina to another marina.
In Des Moines, Washington to Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
And we'll drop that right here.
Oh, we're getting ready to take off. Are you ready? Okay, Mac, what do you say? Wish luck. This should be our venture. That's where we're going.
No, we'll get out here. We'll get out here, we go to the right?
Our maiden voyage. Captain Scott. we're a little nerve-wracked. It's kind of super windy. So Captain Scott just got us out of that marina. Mac, you look like a trooper. And we are headed to Seattle. Good job. And we never intended on having a YouTube channel. We originally had a blog, and we still do, called boatingjourney.com. We started that blog, I think, in 2013, and we were blogging purely to let people know our journey. About our original goal was to sail around the world, because we read about so many others that did the same thing, and so we just kind of documented our boat shows and our adventures, and then eventually buying the steps of buying our first boat. Then we decided to start capturing some of that on YouTube for the family.
Yeah, just so keep my folks up to date on what was going on, where our travels were leading us through Puget Sound and the San Juans, and then it worked well. It
worked well. In fact, surprisingly, the channel's been around since 2017, so roughly 8 years. And it's not a huge channel like, Vagabond or The Winds, but it's also not tiny. I mean, we have almost 28,000 subscribers, so thanks you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We have over 2.1 million views and 160,000 watch hours. So to us, that's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And we're really, really appreciative when we run into followers.
Because really, we only do this part-time.
Yeah. We're not,
unlike real channels that are doing it as a gig. This is we just do this part-time, full-time, so to speak.
And it's been great running into so many of our followers. We've ran into people at boat shows, on vacation, Sarasota.
In alleyways, in the most random spots.
And so it really means a lot to us. It's actually super humbling, because they'll go, "Love you guys. I watch you guys." And we're like, "You watch us? Really?"
Yeah. That's our reaction every time.
So thank you very much. In thinking about how kind of our journey, and this is not going to be a long video, so you do not have to.
Thank God, because it is so hot and humid here today. I am just dripping. So anyway.
But the funny things that we've been able, not fun things we've been able to do, in our first boat, we really went for it. I mean, our first 3 months after we owned it, we went for a 7-day trip in the San Juan Islands in it with another couple, which is my brother. They slept in the aft cabin, and I wouldn't even call it a cabin. It was more of a berth.
It was a hole. Yeah,
and that first boat was only a 35-foot cruiser style boat. But when we owned that boat, we really kind of went all out. We didn't do a survey for real. We didn't have a surveyor and all that, but we did haul it out and to a shipyard. It was a do-it-yourself shipyard, and we also hired the shipyard to do some work, so we didn't spare any expense there.
Okay, cool. Oh, nice.
This is what it looks like. So there they go. Let's see, we sold our home.
Sold our home.
$5 a minute.
And the reason we sold our home and moved into an apartment in the city was simply because we wanted to see if we could live in a tight space. Well, it is what it is. Here we are. And
because the goal was to get a live-aboard boat.
That was the goal.
Yes.
But then that got thrown into a wrinkle.
Yeah, because there wasn't any liveaboard space more than anything.
Exactly.
So anywhere in the Pacific Northwest.
So once we sold our boat and our home, but then we still wanted to get back on the water, so we went on our very first sailing cruise
Yes.
through the Leeward Islands,
Yep.
or as my boss would say, Leeward Islands.
What do you say?
But then we weren't planning on it, and what did we do? We bought
another boat.
another boat.
Yeah.
That was not the plan,
No.
but it was a good boat at the time. That was
Opportunity knocked, and it seemed like a good opportunity. So.
That was the Bayliner 4087, which was also the first Meridian, if you will. And we went all over in that boat.
Oh yeah, again all through Puget Sound, the San Juans, and great times.
We did it. We had a fabulous time. We also treated that one. Now that boat was a full, and we've given you all the costs. We did a full haul out, or before that, we did our first official sea trial and
Yes.
mechanical and haul out with a marine surveyor that was like, he used to work on a submarine.
Yeah,
Keith. No, not Keith. Chuck.
Chuck. Yeah.
And out of Seattle, he's phenomenal. We also hauled that boat out about a year later to do work on it, and then when we saw the barnacles, we were like, no way. So we hired someone to do that.
Well,
too.
yeah, we were limited because we were both going out
Travel.
of town at the same time, separate business trips, and we only had a week in the yard, and there was no way we were going to be able to get the work done. So we hired the yard to scrape the bottom, do the prop speed, all the zinc, so on and so forth, and yeah, that was money well spent.
Yeah, we did a lot of work on that one. And then COVID hit. And that kind of changed everything, not only for us, but obviously everybody. The week that COVID hit Seattle, I just accepted a role, VP of Marketing down in St. Thomas. So we started packing up.
We were practically on our way to the airport when everything shut down, and thank God
Or we would have been stuck there.
we would have been stuck there. I mean, oh.
So we still thought that this COVID thing was going to, end soon.
We all thought it'd be a couple months at tops and life gets back to normal.
So we sold the boat, and with full intentions on
Going to St. Thomas.
going to St. Thomas. Well, that obviously did not happen. So now we had to be resourceful, and we rented, we bareboat chartered our first boat, and we went through the San Juan Islands, and that was a terrifying experience because the boat was taking on water.
Yeah, the aft bilge pump failed. And so,
And the dripless shaft seal, the water was shooting through it. So,
See here.
So see there.
Like I said, I've seen much worse. I've seen much worse.
So now we really wanted to go boating, and we decided first we went to St. Thomas anyways, just to visit. So we took you on another trip there, but now we decided we really wanted to go boating. What did we do? We decided to move to Florida for better boating opportunities.
Yeah, that's what we thought. Boating in the Pacific Northwest compared to Florida, 180 degrees different. Down here, it's mostly center consoles or super yachts, and it's all coastal cruising because or ICW. You either go through the ICW or you're out in the Atlantic Ocean. And it's just a different type of boating. And so we're not quite there yet, and it's a lot more expensive. I didn't think Seattle could get I didn't think things could get more expensive than Seattle. Yeah. Move to a hurricane zone.
So the reality is that's probably not going to happen while we're here, but we've made the best use of our time here, and that includes going on we've bareboated a catamaran in the BVI. I took a number of boats over to the Bahamas for work.
We've rented a few boats around here to kind of cruise around.
We've done that. Even when we were in Seattle after we sold the boat, we did a number of trips. We went to Snug Harbor. We've rented a tiny house. Since we've been down here, we have incorporated some travel. And we do like to travel. So are we a travel vlog? No, we're just Allie and Scott that have a boating channel who also likes to travel. So we're going to share those journeys with you because typically we find some way to be on the water. So Charleston, we were on the water. Belize, we were on the water. Yep. Barbados, Portugal, we just came back. So that's why we share our travel journeys with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so now I think our new travel journey, our next goal, which I think is doable in the next year or two,
Is the loop.
is the loop. So,
But let's talk about over the 300 videos that we've had. 77 of them were travel videos, so that's quite a few. And 115 of them have been tours.
yeah, boat tours.
Which has been surprising.
And you guys seem to like those the best. And if you do, please definitely leave a comment down below and tell us what types of videos you like the most.
So in those 115 tours, we've done an electric boat, which was a wake boat. That was pretty cool. We've taken you on an Airbnb that we actually stayed on, and we interviewed one couple that lives on their like 55-foot yacht. Then we also gave you a tour of the smallest liveaboard, a 32-foot tug.
Nordic tug.
And that actually has our most views at 240,000 views. So thank you, Jeff, for that great interview. The largest has only been 120-foot North Coast, and our most unique was 103-foot West Ship Sportfish.
Right.
Probably the one that's been most commented on as well, mostly negative, because as we always say, when we do a tour together, it's usually that we're just hopping on for the first time, and it's our reaction to seeing that boat.
We're not trying to sell you the boat. We're not trying to educate you on all the ins and outs of the boats. It's just our reaction walking around the boat for the first time.
So we are going to open things. We are going to maybe miscall something. It would be the same way as if we hopped on a sailboat. We wouldn't know what to call a halyard from a...
They're all ropes to me.
And we've brought you 31 videos of boat shows. So obviously boat shows is a big factor of what we've done, but I think we've also been pretty educational. We've given you 18 videos on how to buy and sell a boat, and we've done 17 videos for boat projects. And so once we get a boat again, which the plan is to buy a loop boat.
Yep.
So in the meantime, we're going to join the Loop Society, try to attend a couple conferences, really do some education before. And that'll be still a few years out before we do that. But we might buy the boat sooner.
Maybe we'll pick up the Nitzels when they get back into Florida.
Yeah.
Link here. So as we wrap things up today, we just want to thank you for your continued support and all the support you've given us over the years. We would have never guessed 6-7 years ago that we'd be sitting here on our 300th episode. I mean, that just is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, even the fact that we're almost at 30,000 subscribers is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So if there's something...
Although we need more of you to view.
Yes, do view. So we've got some fun things we're going to do this next few months. We have a lot of tours coming up. We're going to try and take the water taxi, a new trip up to Lighthouse Point. We've never done that before, so that should be beautiful.
Yep.
We'll finally go down to Haulover, hopefully.
One of these days,
just to see it.
See what it's all about.
We have a trip to New Orleans coming up, and we're going to try to maybe do a paddle boat. We're not sure, depending on the weather, but we'll still take you along because it'll be Christmas time. And
we've also rolled out our new merch shop, so if you want any of our merch or some of the books that we've read or Allie's read over the years.
Or even some of our camera gear and all of that.
Camera gear and that kind of thing.
The link is down below. So
boatingjourney.shop.
We would appreciate your support there too. So thanks everyone. And again, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe.
If you like it, give it a thumbs up, ring that notification bell to know when new episodes drop. And please, please continue to watch. We really appreciate your support.
Yep, and leave your comments down below. So we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.